boys and girls. Today we're going to work on informative writing. Let's review what is informative writing. Informative writing is when we write about a real thing or a place, like a turtle or Disneyland. It also means that we write to give information to the reader. Like this reader is reading, "Turtles can lay eggs." Our topic for today is bears. So we're going to draw and write something you learned about bears. So the first step is that you have to log into Epic to get access to this book, Bears Eat and Grow. If you are in Miss Montiel's class, your class code is WSE5896. If you're in Miss Zepeda's class, your class code is VSG1001. Then you read the assigned story about bears, and it looks like that. After you read the assigned story, step 3 is we're going to brainstorm what you learned about bears. Step 4, you're going to print the attached writing paper, or you could use any blank piece of paper that you have at home. Then we're going to write a complete thought by sounding out the words and using our high frequency words. Step 6, we're going to draw a picture to match your sentence, but we're going to use realistic colors. Step 7, you're going to check your work. Did you include a capital letter to start the sentence? How about finger spaces? And a period at the end. Now let's move on to brainstorming. Boys and girls, what kind of thinking map do I need for brainstorming ideas about bears? Great job! I need a circle map. A circle map helps us brainstorm ideas. Using the story that you just read on Epic about bears, what are some things that you learned? You might have learned that bears are huge. Bears can live 25 years. Bears eat berries, nuts, grasses, and honey. Bears eat fish and bugs. Bears eat plants and meat. Bears hunt elk, moose, and deer. Baby bears are called cubs. Bears do not eat in winter. Bears sleep in the winter. So these are some things that you probably learned after reading the book. Now, take a minute and think about what sentence you want to write about. And it can be something from this circle map, or it can be some information that I did not include in the circle map, but it has to be from the book about bears. I think Miss Zepeda is going to write, "Bears sleep in the winter." What sentence are you going to write about, boys and girls? Share with me now. Okay, boys and girls, now I'm ready for the writing. You can download the paper from Schoology, and if you can also use a blank sheet of paper like Miss Zepeda. If you use a blank sheet of paper, make sure you draw a line across your paper to make sure that you have a space for drawing and a space for writing the sentence. My sentence was, "Bears sleep in the winter." That's 5 words that Miss Zepeda needs to write in her sentence. So I'm going to sound out the words, and I'm going to use the high frequency words to help me write my sentence. Parents, just remember to let the students sound out the words the best they can. It's okay, like Miss Montiel mentioned previously, to use inventive spelling, because we want to focus on what sounds are they hearing in the words rather than spelling the word correctly. Okay, so my first word in the sentence is bears. B. I heard a B at the beginning, like in back card. So I'm going to go ahead and write a B, but it's the first letter of my sentence. So is it going to be lowercase or capital? You're right, boys and girls. It's going to be a capital letter B. B. Airs. What's the next sound that I hear? The next sound that I hear is like egg card. So I'm going to go ahead and write a E. I'm going to stretch out my word again. Air. I hear like in rose cards. So I'm going to go ahead and write a R. I'm going to say my word again to see what other sounds I hear. Bears. I hear an S, so I'm going to add an S because it's more than one. Bears. So now I'm ready to write my next word, but put your finger in the air, in the air. We need our finger to make sure that we have finger spaces between our words. And my next word is bears sleep. That's not a high frequency word, so I have to sound it out. Sleep. I hear S first, like sun, the sun card. So I'm going to write a S. The next sound that I hear, L, like the lemon card. Sleep. I hear an E next, so I'm going to go ahead and write an E from the long E card. Sleep. I hear the sound P, like the piano card, so I'm going to go ahead and write a P. Good writers always go back and read their words that they wrote. Bears sleep. In is my next word. Ooh, that's a high frequency word. But first, before I write in, I need to put a finger space after the word sleep. And boys and girls, help me spell the word in. I-N. Thank you. We always go back and read the words that we've written down to make sure it makes sense. Bears sleep in the. The is another high frequency word, right, boys and girls? But before I write the word the, I have to make sure I put a finger space. And now help me spell the word the. T-H-E. Let's read our sentence again. Bears sleep in the winter. I have to stretch out my word winter to spell it. Winter. The first sound that I hear is W, like in the window card. Don't forget your finger space. W. I. I is the next sound I hear, like in insect card. W. In. The next sound that I hear is N, like in the nest card. N. Wind. I hear a T, like turtle card, so I have to write a T. Winter. I hear rose card, like letter R. So let me go ahead and write and read my sentence again. Bears sleep in the winter. Did that make sense? Yes. Now I need a period at the end of my sentence. Bears sleep in the winter. So now I'm ready to check my sentence. First, does it make sense? Bears sleep in the winter. Check, it makes sense. Does my sentence have the 5 words that I counted at the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, it does. Yes, it does. Does the sentence start with a capital letter? Let's look. Yep, capital B. Thumbs up. Are there finger spaces between the words? Yes, thumbs up. Does the sentence end with a period? Thumbs up. Now that my sentence is written, I have to draw my picture. But remember, we're working on informative writing, so the picture has to match our sentence. My picture needs to be about bears sleeping in the winter. And you also need a setting. We want to see where your bear is at. So you have to make sure you include the time of day. Is it daytime or is it nighttime? Make sure that you use realistic colors because we're writing to give information to our reader. And if you're able to write one sentence, boys and girls, I challenge you to write 2 sentences. And I also challenge you to write a different sentence than Miss Zepeda. Once you're done, you can email your work to your teacher. We love it when you share your work with us. Keep up the great job, boys and girls, and see you next time.